Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
Yo, good morning. You can't see me, but I'm here. Don't even worry about it. I am available. Lord, I'm available to you. There's nothing better than gospel singer vibrato face. Lord, the movements. Even Michelle and Dege Ocello will be like, ooh, gospel singers. Because Michelle, you ever seen her? She I don't know how I broke my nose doing that. But good morning, everybody. Lord, rain. You got to be able to move your lower jaw muscles. I guess ladies, find you a lady that, ladies, find you a man that used to sing in the choir that can vibrato that thing. Rain. Moving on. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning, the only show, the number one rated show in my living room. So those ratings just came out. Big shout outs to me for making those ratings happen. But I'm excited about the show, man. Today's show gonna be a lot different than normal. Strap in today. The day gonna be a little. Let's get into the particulars of the show. If this is your first time hearing this, you're about to experience something so cold. If you've watched this show before, you found it not robbery to come back and watch it again, man. I appreciate you because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me, man. And it definitely means a lot to me. Now, this show can do a whole lot of things. Usually it takes a turn for the left. It takes a turn that goes left out of nowhere. You never know where the left turn is coming. You never know left turn is coming, man. You just here having a good time, and then all of a sudden, bam! It just punches you in the face with the realness of the show. So that could happen at any time. So you just gotta be prepared. The only thing that stays and remains, the same every day is me speaking to people. That's the only consistent part. I speak every morning. Now let me let y'all know something. If I seem a little off today, it's not just because I don't have my glasses on. It's also because I think I've officially become a black woman. I'm going to start filling out my applications and all that kind of stuff. I think I've officially become a black woman because they said I was anemic. And as far as I know, it only affects black women. Black women are only people that become anemic. And so they got me on these iron pills. So I'm in, ladies. I'm in. I'm a bad bee. I got the iron pill. Might well go ahead now and do all the stuff black women do. I can start going to brunch. I'm officially invited to brunch. I'm anemic. I can go to brunch. It's part of life. It's probably my woman pause. When womenopause, maybe I'll go through womenopause. If y'all go through menopause, I guess I got to go through womenopause. But anyway, let's go ahead and speak to the people that speak to me. Let's get that knocked out first thing this morning. The first three people to speak to me get mythical medals. The bronze medal this morning goes to Crystal, TT, Tiny and Tasty, Panel. She gets the bronze this morning. Silver goes to Lisa. I have a date with Lisa Bishop. And the gold goes to the Pride of North Carolina, Courtney Weston and Murphy. So Courtney Weston and Murphy with the gold, Lisa with the silver, and Crystal with the bronze coming in, almost getting in there. Almost making it. It's Kim Cat Thomas Jones, Teat, winning the aluminum fourth. Also, here's Crystal Sex Appeal. Franita's in the building. La Shaunda, good morning. IDA is in the building. Ida Seaborn, good morning. Keith Brown, good morning. The future clerk, Yolanda Boyd Daughtry is in the building. My man, Pastor Shy, Emmy Time, Emmy Place, Michelle McKinney is here. My man, Daryl Sessoms is in here. LaTroy recently married. Brinkley, good morning, sir. Congratulations on your wedding. I hope your husband knows he got to play it for life. But congratulations on that. Nothing more beautiful than, well, there's a lot of things more beautiful than marriage, but a lot of people have to say that there's nothing more beautiful than marriage. There's a lot. There's a lot of things, but marriage is a beautiful thing. Love overall is beautiful. Joyce Brown, good morning. Keith Brown, good morning. I don't think they're any relation. Patricia, good morning. April Brown. It's a whole Brown family. All the Brown. Meet the Browns this morning is what we got. My man, Dion Langley, amazing drummer, Lupus Warrior. Y'all got to check him out, man, as he plays the drums and he beats Lupus. Y'all get what I'm saying? Beats Lupus. But y'all check him out. Really big on advocating and educating people on lupus and what it is in the community. So y'all shout my man Dion Langley out whenever y'all get a chance to. Roberta Copeland, good morning. Marche, good morning. Lynette Smith, good morning. Wendy Riddick, she said, go get an iron infusion. I'm good. I need to start patting my head. Oh, because that's what the... What's up, Brittany B. Michelle? If y'all get a chance to see her live in concert, she's amazing in concert. I know she's gotten into the casino. If you ever see her name on the list of people to see at the casino in Portsmouth, y'all need to go check her out. Her show is off the chains. Off the chains. Good morning, Shannon. Janice, good morning. Pat, good morning. You just out here just eat liver. Okay, well, no, I'm good. Listen, black women have been anemic since Eve, and y'all ain't just out here just eating liver. So I'm not even trying to hear it. What's going on, Snoop? I'm just deal with whatever it is, and I don't know. And I might have just had a bad day. I went and took a blood test, and I found out I'm not the father of myself, and they came back. Those were the results. So I'm just gonna chalk it up. Be like, you know what? Maybe that day I was low on iron. I hadn't eaten anything or whatever. You know, it all comes down to whatever. So yeah. So I'm officially in the Black Girls Club. Pat my head. Pat your weed, fellas. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm telling y'all. I gotta go. I'm performing on a cruise in July. And I got to go down to some of them islands and stuff. I got to go to Turks and Caicos or one of those places. So y'all watch how I'm about to put this. How I'm about to have these locks on that cruise. Them locks is gonna be out of control. I'm gonna be locked up. I'm locked up. I'm gonna have the locks flowing down the side of the head. Now I told y'all what I need to try to do on this show. I need to try to diversify. They tell you to do that with your stocks and bonds. They try to tell you with your exercise. Everything they tell you, you need to diversify. You need to be different at times. You need to do something different. So I'm trying to diversify the show a little bit. Before I do, big shout outs to Norfolk State University, man, had me out there yesterday to be a part of their staff development and be the motivational speaker, comedic motivational speaker. So I was able to do some comedy and at the end, shift into my motivational speaker role. Now, I'm going to tell y'all right now, when I tell y'all that I'm about to retire from comedy, when I tell y'all I'm retiring from comedy, it's because I'm going into the motivational speaker role. Like me, as far as being a speaker, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I'm an amazing. Good morning, Gary. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Courtney. I'm an amazing comedian. I'm starting to walk into that whole know who I am kind of thing, but like, dog, like for real, I'm nice with it. You know what I'm saying? Like on that stage, I'm dope with it. And like, that's not even a lie. But when I tell y'all speaking though, like just getting up, just be like, this is a prepared. First of all, funerals, obituaries, eulogies. I'm the eulogy master. Now, Bishop Kim Brown, that's my boy. Bishop Brown, he's number one on the list. I never seen anybody do eulogies like. But if you want something different, you want your eulogy to hit, I'm telling you, eulogy wise, I'm at the top of the game. You tell me I get that moment with that eulogy, I'm on it. That eulogy, I'm on it. I'm able to encapsulate your life in ways you ain't never like. Sometimes I be wanting people to die just so I could do their eulogy. I be seeing people, I'd be like, boy, it'd be so great if they died. I could do their eulogy. That just would be awesome. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'll be at your funeral. I'll be at people's funerals. I'll be like, this eulogy gave me nothing. This eulogy gave me nothing. And if you give me nothing to the eulogy, what's going on, Tim? Y'all remember that's my my official clothing sponsor, Tim Mitchell, with Affiliated Athletics. I always got on affiliate. Y'all see me when I have on the Wilson versus Everybody hoodie that everybody loves so much. That was from my man Tim Mitchell. I got some more affiliated stuff that I wear. It's crazy. Now, Pastor, we're gonna have to have a eulogy. We're gonna have to have a eulogy battle. We're gonna have to have a eulogy battle. Find somebody. It's gotta be somebody we know. Somebody we gotta get somebody to die, and then all of us do a eulogy. All of us do eulogies, and they just gonna have a try eulogy. Me, you, and Bishop Brown. We're gonna have the first ever eulogy battle. We just go each eulogize the person. Blah blah blah. He be like, y'all heard that one? Boom. And y'all better let me go in the middle. Don't let me go first. Don't let me go last. I'm telling y'all now. I'm just being honest with you. But if I ever quit comedy, it's going to be for public speaking. Slim Goody, what's good? No, we're going to get in there. Y'all going to be at that funeral for a long time. We're going to have this battle. What's going on, Z? If I ever quit comedy, it's going to be for public speaking. I'm going to tell you why. Public speakers get paid a ridiculous amount of money. Motivational speakers get a ridiculous amount of money. It's ridiculous. Like, I can get up there and do an hour of comedy. That has nothing on 15 minutes of motivational speaking. Motivational speaking is where the money is. We doing it all. What's going on, V Al? That's my man, V Al Islam from up in New Jersey. What's going on, dog? What's up, Ron Avina? If you trying to get into this money game, man, forget comedy, forget preaching, singing, motivational speaking. That right there, money. People need to be motivated or whatever it is. If I take my comedy and stop calling myself a comedian and call myself a motivational speaker, the amount of money that goes all through the roof. A friend of mine called me and was like, they needed her to do motivational speaking. And I think they just needed her to speak for like 30 minutes. Corporate speaking? Yo, listen. That's what they told her. They wanted her to come in and do motivated speaking like a corporate event. And they was like, we're sorry, we've only budgeted $15,000 for it. And she was like, yo, I'm there. I'm there. Corporate speakers, $15K and up. Dog, wrong. And y'all won't even know. Like, these will be people that you don't even know. You ain't never seen them before. I'd be like, I don't even know you. I'm be like, here comes Ralph Jones from Tucson, Arizona. Ralph comes in, motivated speaking, just tell you stuff. Do you feel like you're down? Well, you're not down, you're up. I'm Ralph Jones. Be like 15 grand right there. That was a $15,000 speech. Man, when I get off this air every day and tell somebody, man, make sure you make somebody feel good today, even if that somebody just happens to be you, that's $15,000 right there. That y'all getting $15K for free. All I ask for is $1 a week to Cletus Comedy. That's my cash app. That when I quit, if I ever quit comedy, that's what it's gonna be for. These public speaking is crazy. That jig is out of control. And most of them be pointless. You be sitting there like, what? Most of them be pointless. They get 15 grand, come out there and speak to your group, your whatever. For nothing. Now, it's some of them that I really rock with. My man, I can't remember his name either now, just because I hate when I do that. I hate what it makes me seem so disingenuous. I'm horrible with names. I can see your face. When I see your face, I can see your face. I can hear your voice, but people like, what's his name? I'm like, no. And what makes it worse is when I be like, oh man, that's my boy. We good friends. His name is people like, is he really your friend though? If he really was your friend, wouldn't you know his name? Y'all don't know what be going on in here. But like, so it's some people who I really rock with, like Inky Johnson. I don't know Inky personally, but I know Inky Johnson. Like when I listen to him, I be excited. I be like, okay, your story is inspirational. I forgot the other dude's name. That's the dude that be like, when you want to be as successful as much as you want to breathe. I can't think of his name. Black dude, but he always yells. He always be yelling. You gotta want it. I'm like, I do want it, sir. I'm sorry. That's the kind. I think you need to be scared white people. You got to be able to scare white people to really do it. If you can't scare white people with your motivational speaking, you ain't doing it. Inge Johnson ain't got but one arm. They be like, yes, whatever he says, we believe it. We are nervous. He's out here making it with just one arm. Like Eric Thomas, that's his name. Eric Thomas will scare you into success. Hi, I'm Eric Thomas. I'm here to scare you into success. He be like, yes, here's my wallet. Take it. It's crazy. Eric Thomas, and he be dope though. Eric Thomas is dope. Like I listen to Eric Thomas. Now, I want to know what it takes to make. Here's where we got to learn. And I think motivational speakers and pastors are both the same thing. I think the most effective motivational speakers and pastors, because they that at the same time, they whatever you want to say, they both the same people. They both the same thing. Motivational speakers, pastors are really both the same thing. When you really become effective is when you can make it go from whatever room or venue that you're in and make it stay and stick in real life. When you can affect people that way, I think that's when you hit it like bam. Because everybody be motivated while they still in the room. What makes you leave the room and do whatever it is that person told you to do? How can you really make life changes? That's when I think the people are most effective. When you can be like, oh, I left out the room. I heard Eric Thomas tell me to want to be successful as much as I want to breathe. And then I just stopped breathing because I was like, I don't even want to breathe no more. If I ain't make it to that next step, like what is the next step? Like even it's the same thing with pastors. Like when you get out the emotion of the moment, and then it becomes practical. What, and Pastor Shy, you on here, you a whole pastor. How do y'all make it so that I'm not just emotionally wrapped up in what happened in the room that day, and I actually go and make a life change, a lifestyle change? It hits me in a way that makes me be like, I'm finna be different outside of this room. And you don't have to explain it now, Pastor Shy. You could text me or do like you normally do and call me later on in the week. Be like, hey man, I wanted to talk to you about this. And then he'll talk to me for like 75 consecutive hours. It's my man, Pastor Shy. I'll be in New Jersey coming up too. Pastor Shy. Yo, I gotta show y'all this flyer. I'm getting ready to get into the topic of the day's show. Ooh, when a motivational speaker can also provide resources. That's dope. And it's always a personal choice, Paula. Like I definitely know it's gonna be a personal choice if you decide to do whatever that person said. I believe. I know it's gonna be a personal choice. I gotta sneeze, y'all. But I'm scared to sneeze because sneezing makes my back hurt. And I can feel some of y'all being judgmental about that last statement. But if I sneeze, it makes my back hurt. I can't just sneeze. Sneezing makes my back hurt. We have to get practical ways. It's up to the person to receive it. I get that. I get all of that. But I think that would be my problem. I think that would be my issue. Like if I was a motivational speaker, I'd be wanting to go check on everybody. Like I'm gonna need a 6-month checkup to see where y'all are at. To see what y'all got going on in y'all lives. Listen, I want y'all to see this flyer, right? Because this flyer, I can't even lie about it. I got put on this flyer, and I was confused. Z said, yes, show me the way. Don't just tell me I need visuals. Visualize me. Visualize me. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen this flyer. My Instagram is Cletus Comedy. If y'all ain't know, y'all can go follow me on that. My follow numbers. It's probably because I care about people. I do. I'd be calling you later on. I'd be like, hey man, hey, just checking. You were at my talk the other day. How's things going for you? How you feeling? You doing all right? You doing just fine? Getting along very well? Let's see what happens. Pastor Shama be in New Jersey next month. Really excited about it because this flyer right here, yo. I don't know if y'all see who's on there. Don't worry about Derek Jeter in the middle. That's just the pastor. But on the left side, that's Israel Houghton, Kurt Carr, and me. Now, I'm telling y'all, we look like a singing group. We look like we about to be the best quartet ever. We look like a quartet for all. We look like an all-time quartet in that picture. We look like we about to drop the hottest album of 2024. We finna change R&B. If you look at this right here, R&B is not gonna be the same after these four. It is not gonna be the same. Y'all gonna be like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest. Like, we about to sing a song about to make everybody break up and get back together at the same time. That song is about to be, listen, we about to drop, the name of the group is 6035. Yeah, we already know what that means, but that's the name of the group, 6035. And I'm gonna tell you right now, we about to drop the biggest pregnancy album ever. We about to drop a single that's gonna get listen, there will not be a pair of panties that will be able to stay on after this album drops. Y'all get ready for the singing group 6035. The newest hit, Why You Still Wearing Drawers. That's what we look like. But it's Israel Houghton, Kurt Carr, and me. Like that, to me, I still have to deal with it. Like, and I know people try to tell me to stop being that way and stop feeling that way. Like, this is my vulnerability moment that I'm talking about with y'all. But I be like, why am I on the fly? I should be listed as a special guest or also featuring others. Like, when you go to the point where you put Israel, that's Israel Houghton. That man is a country and he's music. Like, that's Israel. A lot of people don't even know Israel's last name. He just Israel. He doesn't reach Prince levels. That's Israel, Kurt Carr. It is Kurt Carr. It's Kurt Carr and the Kurt Carr Singers. It's Kurt Carr. I'll come through that morning. We'll work that out. I don't know where I'm staying. Probably in Rahway. That's usually where they have me stay at. But I'll probably be in Rahway. So, let's make it. Let's make that happen. Hey, Ma. Ma say you belong in. You say that because you mom. Like, mamas always think your baby could be just as horrible. You be like, but my baby belongs right there with all them. You be like, no, your baby doesn't. Your baby is not that talented. It's Israel's Kurt. I'm like, it's Israel and Kurt Carr. And then me on the side, and I'm the only one with a microphone. It's crazy. It's crazy out here in these streets. It's crazy. Anyway, that's in June. I'm really excited about it. Booked my flight. They were like, we flying you first class. I was like, what? First class? And let me tell y'all something. And I know I ain't far from riding. I ain't crying, y'all. That's just my eyes got natural moisture. My eyes got that wet. I'll tell you, I ain't far removed from coach, but anytime I sit in first class, I look at everybody else funny. I'll be ready to pull a little shade. Don't let the regulars see me. Ew, coach people, don't let them see me. Even if I'm just one seat away. Like, if I'm in that last seat of first class and that person behind me, I be pulling the curtain. They be like, sir, stop pulling the curtain. Other people have to walk through. Oh, but the regulars, the normies can see me. Oh my God. Look at those people who are getting on late. Ew. That's why I like Southwest. I don't even think Southwest has first class. Southwest has bring your, it rhymes with class. That's what happened when you get on BET Plus. I'm like, yeah, recognize me. I'm BET. You may have seen me on BET. When one of my neighbors came up to me the other day, I'm sitting in my car. I don't know if I already told the story. I mean, I'm 41. I repeat stories. My neighbor, I'm sitting in my truck. I'm just sitting in the truck, just kind of chilling, because that's what people do in this lifetime. Once you hit a certain age, you don't walk immediately in the house. So I'm just sitting in the truck. I'm chilling. My neighbor came up to me. He's like, man, you got a twin. I said, what you talking about? Man, you got a twin. I said, ooh. He's like, man, I was watching BET the other day. I watched BET Plus, and it's a dude on there that looked just like you. I was like, no, that was me. That was me. That was me. Then, so there's pluses and minuses to that. Because everybody think you hit BET Plus, you immediately become ultra rich. So he was like, you still live out here, though? I was like, I didn't. It wasn't a $20 million role. It wasn't like $1 million per episode one. Like now, when I get one of those $1 million per episode shows, I'm out. I'm moving somewhere classy, like Suffolk. All right, so let's get to the gist of the show today. And so try to have balance. Sometimes I'm gonna have serious shows. Sometimes I'm gonna have not so serious shows. Today's show is let me take that back, because there was a lot of S words. Today's show is serious. It's a serious topic. I got to get in and talk about it. Roberta, they haven't said the second season's happening yet. And after I told you it was hard for me to say serious show, you come back with second season. Can't talk about a second season on a serious show. It's sensationalism at its finest. Anyway, it's a serious topic. I often am confused.
There's nothing to stop here. Check if the device is on your home Wi-Fi network.
Okay. I'm often confused by public perception. When I say that, I'm often confused as to how the public receives things. If you've been paying attention to the news recently, especially in popular culture, the artist Sean Diddy Combs is in a lot of trouble. Puffy is in a lot of trouble because video has surfaced of him egregiously assaulting his girlfriend at the time, Cassie, in a hotel lobby in Las Vegas. And there's a lot of levels to it. I don't know what type of person. I never spent an extended amount of time with Puff. Never known. I've known people who worked with him when I was a young lad when he was on the No Way Out tour. Very good friend of mine was doing sound for him, so we got to go and kind of hang out a little bit. But never really knew him. Now I know some people who worked with him, and they were like, and then everybody's always been like, well, look, Puff a little off. He's a little unhinged. He's medicated. Like, he's got issues. He's eccentric. I'm 100% sure he's narcissistic. I'm 100% sure that he's power hungry, and I know he doesn't have anybody that can tell him no. I know people around Puff don't tell him no. I know people around Puff because he's reached that point where he's at a level of wealth and influence and power where nobody's gonna be like, no, Puff. And so even if you heard all the stories from artists who left Bad Boy, there's no reason that you would think that he was a good person. There's no reason you would think somebody who was the owner and proprietor of a record company called Bad Boy. It wasn't called Goodfellas. Wasn't called Nice Gentleman Records. It's called Bad Boy. Badboi. Bad bad boy. And you didn't hear a lot of success stories for the people who, anytime you look up and you see the mogul of the company or the producer who, by all accounts, is more famous, more rich, more powerful than any bad boy artist. There's not a bad boy artist that has risen to more acclaim than Puff. The only one who possibly could have reached that status was a Notorious B.I.G., and he reached an untimely end. And I don't even know if I can say untimely, because they'd be like, God has a time for everybody, so you can't beat the time. And it's extremely dangerous when you got people around you that can't be honest with you. You gotta have people around you who, you want people around you who respect you, respect what you got going on, but they got to be able to talk to you honestly and be like, hey man, no, that you messing up on that one, cuz. That's a no. But if you go back and look at the history of Bad Boy records and what is about Bad Boy, where Puff Daddy, I think, even differentiates from Suge Knight, when Suge was on death row. Suge Knight was not the most famous person on death row. His artists were always more famous than them. You knew who Suge was, but Suge was not the most famous in death row. Dre was more famous than him. Snoop, everybody on death row was more famous than Suge. Suge was just that constant. If you look on Motown, Berry Gordy is not the most famous person in Motown. The artists in Motown always more famous than Berry Gordy. Always, every one of them. And not everybody knows who Berry Gordy is, but you know your Motown artist. Berry Gordy may have been the most financially stable because of the position that he held, but you didn't know Berry Gordy before everybody else. Without question, Puff Daddy is Bad Boy. Puff Daddy is more financially stable. He's more famous than anybody in Bad Boy. Anybody that came through the ranks, anybody that Mary J, Faith Evans, 112, the band, Puffy more, but Deshaun Diddy Combs, Love, whatever he calls himself, got all of them beat. There's nobody that, think about it. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I'm here for the correction. Y'all can tell me, no, you wrong. Mary J didn't reach her heights until she left Bad Boy. Anybody that was on Bad Boy was going to be subservient to what Puff was. No, Big was the only one who came close. Mace was on a meteoric rise, and you saw that broke off quick. Man, that Mace was on there. Oh, hey. Mace, either you're going to stay alive or you're going to be famous. You're like, I'll just go to church. Mace was like, I'll just go to church. Good morning, Yana. But here's where I have issue with public perception and the public persona of people, and it's very hard for me to deal with the public. I think that's one of the main reasons why I'm what they would call, people always be like, you a celebrity? I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not a celebrity. No, local or national, none of those. I'm just a normal guy. I don't see myself as that. I've been watching my friend Kev on stage. He's been elevated to heights that he was before. He was with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence for the release of Bad Boys. He's like, I'm not a celebrity. These guys are celebrities. I'm not a celebrity. He does the same thing I do. His son went to the prom, and they listed it in Essence. They were like, celebrities' kids going to the prom. He's like, well, why was my child in there? I'm not a celebrity. I get that part. People try to tell me I'm a celebrity. I don't want to be a celebrity. I'm just a normal person, right? I just want to be a normal person, right? But so I don't care as much about public persona. I don't care as much about how the public sees me. Like, that's not my driving force. Like, I don't wake up in the morning and be like the public. Now, it is one of the reasons why if you're a female friend of mine, I'm not going to hand you your purse. I'm not going to bring you your purse. Not going to do it. I'm conscious of stuff like that. I'm not going to do that. I already feel like I live in a fishbowl. I honestly do. I know that's what the young people call cars with no tinted windows, but I oftentimes feel like I live in a fishbowl. It's very outside of what I already give people. I think I'm already sometimes make myself too accessible. I tell too much of my personal business, but I always feel like Norman Rockwell, Michael Jackson. I have a feeling like somebody's watching me. I always feel like I have to do certain things. Like I'm out, I be like, I can't be too wild because people are watching. And I don't know who knows who I am, who recognizes me, and they can't wait to go out and tell, yo, we seen Cletus out there rocking out with his cock out. Like, he, listen, on the beat with his meat, like all of that. Like, I always feel like I can't just go. There's certain places I can't go. I'm always conscientious of. I had a friend of mine the other day that needed a ride to a hotel, right? So I was like, okay, cool. I'll give you a ride to the hotel. I gave my friend a ride to the hotel. I'm nervous as a mug leaving. I ain't doing nothing wrong. Like, I'm literally just dropping the friend off at their room at the hotel. I'm leaving the hotel looking both ways, like looking up, trying to duck cameras, like who's watching me? Because I don't need. There's no need to walk out and you be like, people be like, hey man, guess who we just Negro out here talking about here virgin. I just seen him walking out of the Four Seasons. Like, I just seen him drive off. He had to be picking up a prostitute. Sometimes I have fun with it. Like, sometimes I like riding a bike. A friend of mine, I was like, let me ride my bike. They had a family cookout. I'm like, I'm coming to your cookout on a bike. Just so people can be like, Lord, listen, that dude Cletus, they be acting like he got it. He ain't even got no car. He came to the cookout on a bike. Like, that's how I want to live sometimes. Sometimes I play with it, sometimes I don't. And in reality, I may not be that important to people. These people may not care. So you may not care. Like, but since I've been a kid, I've always gotten rumors about myself. Like, I tell people I'm always the last one to find out about me. People are gonna talk either way. The lies are always more entertaining than the truth. Anyway, I always be conscious of stuff. I'm conscientious of stuff. Tam and I are very, very good friends. Tam, and don't know how it happened. I can tell y'all without equivocation, Tam's one of my best friends, and we don't even know how it happened. Now, she may not see me as one of her best friends, but definitely one of Tam's best friends. And I know I have to be one of Tam's best friends because she trusts her kids around me. Like I remember one day her son wanted to ride somewhere, and I was like, "You want me to pick him up and take him?" She was like, "Yeah." And I know how Tam is about her kids. She ain't letting her kids with nobody. Like, those are her kids. She's like, "No, I'm good." So if you're able to be around her kids, then that says a whole lot, right? And I have no idea how it happened. Zero idea how it happened. Zero idea. Same thing with my friend Rhonda and Tequila. I have no idea how we became best friends. It's like the scene off of Step Brothers. Did we just become best friends? Yep. And it just happened. We were stuck like that, right? I don't always look over my shoulder, Gary. It's hard to explain. I'm not looking over my shoulder, but I am cognizant of what people see and what people do. Now, I also feel like I've put myself in positions where people are looking at me. I know there are people who want to see me fall. I know that without question. There are people out there that cannot wait. Like, they are holding on. I want them to hold their breath so they can drop dead. It's people that can't wait to see me fall. They want to see me falter. They want to see me fall. It's not finna happen. I don't know why you waiting on that. That's not gonna happen. I get that, but I also know that I have been I've been able to influence a lot of people's lives, and a lot of people look at me and be like, man, if he can do it, I can do it too. So I gotta try to continue to do it because it's people that that are watching, right? So I'm okay, and I'm learning to deal with that part. But you gotta have people who overdo it. So just like even with me and Tam and I are very close, Ron and I are very close, Tequila and I are very close. And because we are close, we are comfortable around each other. You'll see Tam and I at business events, or she might even come to a show I'm doing, and Tam and I sitting right next to each other, just me and Tam. And I almost gotta be cognizant to let people know, hey, you know, we ain't nothing happening. She got a whole Mandingo at the house. Like, let them drop dead so I can do the funeral. That is crazy. So I'm like, let me make sure, like, even though people will see us and people be together, you know, people like, boy, you know, they got to be doing a horizontal hunch. Ain't never came close. Ain't even came close. It's just this is how life is. Think about it. We coach football and there are things that the coach shouldn't do just because the image people look at you as having. People, right, when you a football coach, certain things you can't do. That's why a lot of times when I see football coaches and they fall from grace, I'm like, why are you even around young females? Why are you are texting a student? What is wrong with you? Why does that student have your personal phone number? What are you doing? What are you doing, Captain? You are a whole adult. Act like it. You are a coach. I don't. Let me tell y'all a true story. You can go through my Facebook right now. I will not be friends with a child on any social media. My daughter is the only child I have on there. And I'm talking about family member. If you got a family member that's a kid, they be like, oh, my 8-year-old just opened a Facebook, follow them. No. My child just opened up their own Facebook page. They just started the Instagram follow. No, I'm not following children. There's nothing there for me. I don't even tell when I go do shows and stuff and kids, I don't even tell kids I got social media. They find me, it's on them. I'm not connecting to children. Why am I connecting to children? That's no reason for it. But enough about me. Because I'm really, Snoop, you're definitely a pastor. You're definitely a minister, and it's different. There's different levels of it. There's definitely a calling on you, and it's different. And it's different. Every pastor's not in the pulpit. I'll say that. You can be a pastor behind a grill. You can be a pastor doing good services. You can do good works. You can lead people. Listen, the pastors feed sheep, and you cook all the time. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. Every pastor ain't in the pulpit though, Snoop. I don't know how Pastor Snoop sounds, but I'm just telling you. I mean, just deal with it. Just deal with it. So enough about me, because now I'm sounding real puffy-ish talking about me. I'm really concerned, and y'all kind of help me understand it with the public perception of what is going on with Puff Daddy. I have a very hard time dealing with some of the narratives that have come from this situation. So I come to you people because y'all are way smarter than I am. Y'all motivate me, keep me on the right track. Y'all help me understand things when I can. We got 15 strong minutes. Pastor Shy, I hope you're still here. We got 15 strong minutes. One of the things that has come up constantly in this Puff Daddy situation is once A, always A. They're like, he beat Cassie, he probably beat J-Lo. That once you're a wife beater, you've always been a wife beater. Is my nose okay? I don't know. You know what? My CPAP machine, I wake up in the morning. Thank you for asking. I'm not doing cocaine, people. I'm not doing any cocaine. No lies. I don't even have that in me. But when I wake up in the morning with the CPAP machine, I got the nose pill. So I think my nose stays like this. So when I wake up in the morning, it takes like an hour or so for me to get feeling in my nose. So my nose, it takes me about an hour and a half. So all morning I'll be like this, just trying to get the feeling back in my nose. It's just a nervous twitch. It ain't got nothing to do with my cocaine habit. So anyway, I watched a lot of people's responses to Puff's thing. And so one of the things that people have really gotten upset about, I've seen a couple of things. I've seen the once, always, and I don't think he made it any better with the apology. He came out with the apology. He was like, yo, I'm sorry. And then let me tell you something. Black women, y'all be hardcore. Black women like, you ain't sorry. You ain't sorry. You only sorry the video came out. And I thought to myself, that's probably absolutely 100% true. But he could also be both. He could also be actually very sorry. Look, there you go. The apology was BS. I don't know what you expect the man to do in that situation. I'm not defending Puff. I think his actions, I think men who beat on women, especially unprovoked, let me say this. I think men who hit women in a non overly the top provoked life-saving situation, protecting themselves, are trash. I think they're trash. I think that's just a trash way to go. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, if she's hitting on you, I ain't sitting there. I ain't saying I don't think any man should let a woman just beat him just because he's a man and she's not. I don't. You don't deserve. Like, you can defend yourself. Now, there's gonna be levels to it, but defend yourself. I ain't gonna never tell my son. I'm gonna tell my son, hey, yo, you don't hit a woman. If a woman slaps you one good time, walk off backwards. Backslide out of that thing. Moonwalk out of that situation. Keep yourself protected. Watch yourself. But now, in today's day and age, a lot of the women are way more dangerous than men. Women carry knives. I know more women with guns than I do guys. And sometimes you got to be able to know when you really are in danger. Now, if you protecting yourself, that's cool. That I'm okay with that. But just that unprovoked, just you, I'm a man, you a woman. No, that you are low, you are scum. I'm 100% letting y'all know that you are scum, right? But he did it. It was an indiscretion. It was something that he did. Once the apology came out, I think he was in a catch-22. What do you do after the video was out? What do you do after the video was out? Because I know public image is you can't just come out and say, yeah, I did it. You can't. I don't think. Even if it happened 10, 20 years ago, he did it. If you're a changed person, I don't think anybody goes back and just is willingly saying this is something that I did. I could be wrong. I've never hit a woman before. Never hit a woman. Not since I was like 5. Maybe when I was 6. Okay, look, I liked her. It happened. I didn't know how to express myself properly. I wasn't in touch with my emotions at 6. I wasn't in touch with my emotions at 6. So I've never been in that. I've never been in an abusive relationship. Verbally, I've never been in a verbally abusive relationship or physically visibly. But I don't believe that once you've done it, that's what you are always. I think that people can change. I think that people have an ability to change. I think there's a lot of things that people have done privately that were very, very wrong that they are sorry for. And if you go ask them, they're like, no, I ain't never did that. No, nope. Then people are like, well, here's the video of it. Okay, so I did it that time and I am sorry about it. I don't know where the line is drawn. I just know with the apology, I don't know what else he could do. He was taking all kinds of hits. And so, see, even that, PT, per se, he should never say anything without a professionally written statement. So here's my thing on that. If you go and get somebody to write the statement for you, if you go and get a professionally written statement, people be like, he ain't even mean that. His publicist wrote that. His publicist wrote that. So now, again, I lose. If I come in and I say I'm sorry from my own being, from this is a statement that I'm making from my heart, I'm wrong. If I get a publicist to say it, then they were like, you didn't mean it. The publicist wrote that. You didn't even mean that. If you don't say anything, they definitely going to be like, well, you definitely don't care because you haven't addressed the rumors of the conversation at all. There is no win there. There was no way from there. The thing is, just don't do it. Just don't do it. He just saw it. I'm sure he saw the video leaked out. Now, Roberta, in the video, he said that I was wrong. I did these things and I've gotten help. He said that. Now, who are we to judge? Does he got to go back and actually get the therapist's name and show where it is? He's like, man, I was wrong. This was a bad time. I was dealing with these demons and this, that, and I've gotten help. I'm a different person now. When do we allow people the grace of being a different person now compared to what they are? Are they still in it? I just think it's different. And so when I talk about like the public perception of it, his perception and Bill Cosby's perception were completely different. And it's weird to me. When Bill Cosby was taking a trial, black people came up with all kinds of excuses to make what Bill Cosby had done okay. It was a long time ago. Why they wait? Is only because, so maybe if people had video of Bill Cosby drugging somebody, then they would be like, oh no, Bill. But Bill admitted it. He was like, this is what they did back in the day. I'm cool with it, blah, 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 blah. Like that, it was a whole, he's old. Why are people attacking him? I was like, the whole time I was like, Bill is nasty. Bill is a nasty Negro. Why is we defending Bill? And he was trying to buy NBC. Wait, what? Now, I've even heard people say the only reason they released the tapes because Puff made somebody in the Illuminati mad. And I was like, there they go. There go that Illuminati. And like Puff made somebody mad. That's the only reason why all this stuff is coming out. Or it's what your grandmama said a long time ago. Your mama, somebody always told you what's done in the dark is going to come either way. What's done in the dark is going to come to light. Well, Bert said he's not sorry for the video. He's just sorry. And I get it. When does he outgrow his sorry? Does he have to be a sorry individual for life? It's amazing how the narratives change. I think I think people who chase public opinion never get to really enjoy life at all. I think that goes back to what I was saying earlier. Because you remember when Chris Brown, it won't no denying what Chris Brown did. And for a while, Chris Brown was a pariah. Now everybody loves Chris. Well, not everybody, because there's still people who hold Chris to a certain standard. But one of the things that has driven Chris mentally, that has really bothered Chris Brown mentally, is that people won't let go of what he did back then. The person said that's Bible. It is. When do you no longer remain what you were? And y'all help me. I'm not trying to, and listen, this is not a, people came at Kelly Price. So Kelly Price came out and made a statement. And she was like, listen, man, I hope God can deal with you. I want to talk with you. I really want to get you something. Like, she didn't come out and just bash Puff. And people was mad at Kelly Price. They was going crazy. Jane said you can never right a wrong in the public eye. That's hard. That's hard. So Z said when he actually makes amends with that person. I don't know what the ingredients are for amends, but I know he gave that lady millions of dollars. Now the money ain't gonna take away any of that stuff. To me, I felt sorry for the video coming out for Cassie. And I know y'all are like, well, how you feel bad for Cassie? That just proves what she said. I almost feel like now she's got to relive all of that. And it makes it worse because people saw her in that vulnerable state. Like, I think when we start thinking about this society and what we do and putting everything out there in the open, we don't think about the ancillary victims. We don't think about the unintended consequences. I feel horrible for Cassie because now everybody got to see you get beat like that. Everybody had to see it. Everybody saw it. So now it's no doubt, or people was, talking, even with people, and I know she had to deal with people be like, she lying. Puff ain't do that. Like, I know she had to deal with that segment of people. So she got validated and violated at the same time. That video validated and violated Cassie all in one video. And it's just our insatiable hunger for TMZ. TMZ ratings are always going to be higher than the nightly news. We love it. I don't care what I put out positive. I am never, listen, I had to come to the realization in my heart that this is just what people are. I could put out some of the best material, well thought out, all of that. Never going to get more views than a dude in a wig. Never. This is not, I'm not even going to lie to you. They ain't gonna never get more views than dude in the wig. People gonna go to that. They gonna go to the tomfoolery. I don't care how well read out a show you got. You're not gonna beat Love and Hip Hop. People watch Tyler Perry, so there's no swipe against Tyler Perry at all, because Tyler has figured out the formula. He knows exactly what it is. People will sit and complain about Tyler Perry shows, but watch them because they messy. People like mess. People love some mess. People be like, man, I love this messiness. They'll be like, listen, Tyler Perry, the wigs is bad, the writing is bad. Do you know the number of people who I know that watch Sisters and talk about how bad Sisters is? Moist is the proof. And I've been doing comedy for years and no viral comedy. And I'm talking about solid jokes. I got solid jokes. I know my jokes are solid because I've heard other people do them. I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. But I need them to know that I know that they've been doing. I just seen a video the other day, just saw it. And I was like, dude, highlighted the video of my joke. He did my joke. He's on a national stage. And I was like, that is my joke. I'm watching you do my joke. I'm glad it worked well. Glad it worked well for you. I ain't talking about the stuff that I've written for people, like I've literally written for people. That doesn't count. Like, you're supposed to go do that. But it took me being moist for Jesus to go viral. took me out here being moist for the Lord. Out of all the jokes that I've done that I know my mama would approve of, 100%, I know Willie Dorothy Cut, my grandmama would have been okay with me doing. It came down to me being wet for Jesus. To go viral. And that's why I don't really care about viral videos. Like, I have to be smart business wise. I have to care about popularity. I don't care about the viralness. I do have to care about followers and reach and impact and stuff like that, because that's how you book tours and you do other shows. So that's how that works out. Well, I don't care. I see people doing anything to go viral. Like, people will do anything to go viral. They'll hashtag and tag the whole world. They'll do anything to go viral. They just like that going viral. And I used to think that was a priority until I talked to Ali Sadiq, who right now is just on top of the world doing amazing stuff. And Ali was like, hey, man, babies and dolls go viral. He said, I don't care about going viral. I want to be consistent. I want to be able to have people look at me and know what they be able to get. I need people to know my influence. And I was like, okay, that's different. I want to be viral. I want to be influential. Try not to be viral. Try to be influential. There's a difference. I mean, people be selling their soul to go viral. Where do we draw the lines for people? And I'm going to say this as a sinner. I believe the great Negro poet once said, I'm a sinner, probably going to sin. Kendrick Lamar, I'm a sinner, probably going to sin again. Lord, forgive me. Where do we draw the line from sinner with a past? Where do we go from being a drug addict to being okay? Like, when does that line start? And when does the public let it go? If Whitney Houston would have came out before her death and be like, I don't do drugs. No, I'll give you a perfect example. I'm not gonna use Whitney because she didn't make it. She succumbed to her demons. But the young man, I'm not gay no more. I don't like men's no more. I've been delivered. Andrew Caldwell. If at that very moment, and if I've done a show with Andrew Caldwell, that delivery is still tracking. I'm still tracking that deliverance. That deliverance ain't came yet. Still tracking that. You know how you track your GPS, your UPS package, and ain't kind of got there yet. That delivery ain't been made yet. If you watch that young man, you know that delivery ain't here. But in most people, when do you cross the line from being what you were to what you are? Jane said, when we truly learn to forgive. That's deep. When do people no longer? When do we cross? When do we go from are to were? When people have, I'm sure there's some time in it. When people have drug addictions, alcohol addictions, they be like, I quit alcohol. And they be like, when? Yesterday. They be like, oh, no, you still an alcoholic. But they be like, I'm not. I ain't no alcoholic. How long does it take for you to get? How long does it take? Does it become public perception? Or are you the only person you have to convince? Or are you the only person you got to convince? Or do you got to convince the public? I'm just asking. Yeah, maybe y'all can help me. When do you go from word to R? When do you go from word to R? I don't know when that. I don't think we've ever sat down and made what the guidelines were. I know with Alcoholics Anonymous, they give you the 12 steps. You do all 12 steps, and they be like, okay, you're not an alcoholic anymore. But at any time after you took step 12, you can go back and drink. Now I'm back at I'm Brian McKnight. I'm back at 1. Devon says I asked the same question about Christmas. Like when did it? I guess public opinion be like, that was 5 years ago. Well, the puppet thing was 2016 to 2024. So now it's 2024. It was 8 years ago. So now do we got to give him another 8 years before people be like, he beat Cassie, but that was a long time ago. Ray Rice, let it go. You got to walk in your own truth and actually stand on it. Most of them do exactly that. They go back to 1. So you got to stand up. So like, I don't know. We don't have a forgiving nature. Even when we throw an X on stuff, even if we throw X on something, people don't let you go with it. Whatever, if you ever think about it. Think about how people treat anybody when you put X before what it was, especially when it's something negative. When you be like ex-felon, people forget all about the X. They be like, oh, he's a felon. Be like, no, I'm an ex-felon. That was a long time ago. And we have a society that doesn't want to give ex-felons a chance. Like you were in prison, yeah, but that was 10 years ago. But you did that though. Like you committed a crime. Yeah, you did. You sped here. You worked on. You were at work and you were kind of off the clock. You were on the clock, but off the clock. When you had somebody clocking you in a little early, you stole that company time. That's literally stealing money from the company. You took a little time. You took a little extra on your lunch. You get an hour lunch. You get an hour paid lunch. You took an hour 10. And yeah, that 10 minutes right there didn't add up to much. But over a year's time, you probably have stole maybe 6-7 hours of lunch. You ain't never got caught. How does that make you better than the felon who got caught selling drugs? Then we kind of go back and we change laws. Laws change all the time. Same person that sold marijuana 20 years ago and went to jail now can sell marijuana and everybody be like high five. And when I say high five, there was no pun intended. That I'm just a genius. We get a drug dealer a high five. Now, when do you go from what you were to what you are? People like, oh, he's an ex-felon. They be like, he's an ex-addict. And whenever you be like ex-addict, people be like, yo, hide your stuff, dog. Like he liable to get back on drugs anytime now. Because even one lady said they usually go back to one. We be like, I'm an ex. Listen, guys will never date an ex-porn star unless your name's Kanye. 9 out of 10 guys, you meet a young lady, she come up and be like, look, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was in college, but I'm an ex-porn star. Like I used to do porn. I'm good. Ladies would never be like, I think most ladies, and I think a few don't care, like a few walking that boat and be like, I used to strip. But generally speaking, brothers ain't dating an ex-stripper. You're never an ex-stripper. You're just a stripper that don't work right now. When do you go from word to R? How do you change your word to R? It depends on who you are, what you do, and who you did it to. There are millions of politicians who've done worse than what we know. Oh, absolutely. People will be surprised what I've forgiven folks for. Guess what those demons showed themselves again? The forgiveness was for me, not to them. I think that's one of the things we have to do, and I think it's why you got to live with what you are on your own. And I can't stay with y'all long. I got a doctor's appointment today. I keep forgetting about stuff. If you make a positive turnaround, you'll be known for your past indiscretions. And I don't know why people do that. Why people hate to let you. I hate giving this young lady energy, but I'm gonna give her energy right now. I got a young lady I have not talked to in 20 years, literally since before my daughter. I have not had a conversation with this young lady for 20 years, literally since before my daughter was born. And I don't know if it's the fact that I wouldn't give her a conversation. She couldn't get the passion pole. I don't know what it is. But whenever something happens to this day, this young lady goes back to 20. I know him. You don't know me. You have not talked to me over 20 years. And every chance she get on a bullhorn. Now, what's so funny is that now I think nobody pays any attention to her. She like tried to slander my name. Like I seen her recently make a post, and and it had like 2 likes. So people like, and the 2 likes was probably people who didn't know me. Y'all don't know about the passion pole, boy. You know, sometimes ladies want to get a passion pole, the sex salami, the baloney pony. Y'all, look, come on, man. You know every night nigga gotta go get a lady the passion pole, the baloney pony, huh? The magic meat. You heard me say sex salami, liar. You heard it. I told you those left turns happen out of nowhere. But in that person's mind, I will never be anything but what I was 20 years ago. Man, I try to tell people 20 years ago, whoo, firecracker. Firecracker. When I talk about my freshman year, like not a lot of people catch on to stuff like they used to. Like I think the other day when I was talking about taking a trip down memory lane, and I was like, hey man, I was in a group home in my freshman year of high school. Like only one person hit me up, like, hey, wait a minute, dog. Like, good story. Group home? Like, what was you doing? Like, hey, listen, listen, I was wilding out before Nick Cannon. Way before. But I was able to make a change and be like, nah, this is what I'm going to do now, right? conscientiously. Let's think about today, man. Today's challenge for people. And I ain't saying nobody gotta Larry, like, I've been hit you about that too. Larry, like, I didn't miss that. Here's my thing today, and I'm not asking for anybody to give. I'm not asking for anybody to forgive Diddy. I can't. First of all, it's not for me to forgive Diddy. First of all, none of us were involved in this Diddy Cassie situation. Nobody was involved but Diddy and Cassie. That was it. Ultimately, it's up to Cassie to forgive Diddy. What we think about Sean, I'm gonna call him Sean. That's what the mama called. What I think about Sean ain't gonna matter a hill of beans. I ain't bought no Sean John in a millennial years. If you still buying Sean John, I got questions about you. When are you gonna become from word to R? Now I ain't gonna lie to you. I do have Ciroc in there. I do have Ciroc in my bar, and I'm conflicted. Because I like, if I drink this, am I liable to go hit somebody? Like I don't know how that works. Is that like a side effect of Ciroc? May make me violent? I don't know. I can withdraw my financial support of him, but as a person, I can't judge him as a person because the man said he's sorry. I gotta believe the man said he's sorry. Now, if his actions have shown that he actually wasn't sorry, then I'm gonna be like, no, Puffy, you're a liar. Somebody's making Sean John clothing. There's somebody out there in Asia. It's a 3-year-old right now making some Sean John jeans in Asia. Here's my thing there. I'm not asking anybody to forgive Puff or anybody. Chris Brown, Bill Cosby. When Bill Cosby was going through, and Bill Cosby was, when I was a kid, I read Bill Cosby's books, Himself, Fatherhood. I read those books as a kid. I've always been a big fan of Bill Cosby's comedy. But when it came out what he did to those women, I was like, nah, cuz. And I had to be like, I had to kind of see him in a different light. I love the Cosby Show, but I couldn't hold him to that forever. He went to prison. He served his time. And I'm like, hopefully at the age of, 136, you're not still out here doing this to women. Like, hopefully you've learned your lesson. You paid your penance for what you did. Now, can I still hold him in the same esteem? No, he's been knocked down a little bit in my personal eyes. But I can't rock with it like that. You know what I'm saying? I would be hypocritical, especially with a number of friends who have done prison time and they've come out of prison. I would be hypocritical, I feel like, if I can't give grace. When I give them grace, I got some people who I'm close to who did some real time. Now that they out, I can't be like, oh, no. You're no longer my friend. The heart of who you are is still the heart of who you were. You understand what I'm saying? So I can't be that way. I'm not asking anybody to do that. All I'm asking is that when we look at our lives and we look at the people that we deal with on an everyday basis, even if we just have a thought of treating people with the same grace that we would like to be treated with, if we can start seeing people for who they really are at their core, not what they wear, not what they drive, not the amount of money that they have, but who they really are at their core. If we could start judging people based on that, and I don't even want to say judge, if we could just start, we do judge, we make judgments. There's nothing wrong with making a judgment. If we can start seeing people for who they really are, giving them grace based on that, I think life would be a lot different. I think the world would be a lot different. Anyway, I'm getting ready to go to this doctor's appointment. Today's the ortho. Going in there to look at these knees. 41-year-old knee. Gonna go ahead and look at it. Maybe I'm gonna be like, hey doc, is this knee gonna be good enough for me to finally get some? That's gonna be my only question. I'm gonna walk in and I'm gonna ask him off the top. Hey man, 40-year-old virgin here. I want to go ahead and try to get in. I want to try to get in something. I want to get it in, doc. Are my knees strong enough? They always ask, is your heart good enough for sex? Are my knees good enough? Man, love you too, Larry. Are my knees good enough for sex? And I'll do that. News, weather, and sports. Caitlin Clark and them almost won last night, but did not. So that's that. NBA playoffs, the Eastern Conference and Western Conference finals are starting now. You'll have them every day. Every day you'll have a game until the series are over. So I'm really excited about that. I've got Boston versus Minnesota. Boston versus Boston, Dallas in NBA Finals. Boston, Dallas NBA Finals. I think that's what we get. I think Minnesota's still young. They don't know how to get over that hump yet. And I think they gave everything they had in that Denver series. Word of the day is neophyte. Now, anybody who's in a Black Greek organization knows what a neophyte is. That's somebody that don't know not to buy all the nail you. But a neophyte is a person who has just started learning or doing something. As an acting neophyte, Femi took a while to adjust to his newfound Hollywood fame. Neophyte, person who just started learning or doing something. In Black Greek letter organizations, a neophyte is somebody that's got to wait a year before they can make somebody go through what I went through. Neophytes. 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 Everybody have a fantastic day, man. Y'all make sure y'all make somebody feel good today, even if that somebody just happens to be you. I went way over time today. I apologize for the extra 16 minutes. I'll take 16 minutes off of tomorrow's show so that y'all can get y'all time back. I love y'all, man. Lord willing and the creek don't rise. I'll be back here tomorrow to do this all over again. Tomorrow's Wednesday. It's going to get a little nasty. I'm out.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Clayton's Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Yeah, coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Clayton's Cassidy show. Yeah. Funny Man, coming to you and making you laugh again.